Hello, hello, if there's anyone here early. No. Oh, good, there's a few people. It shows 11. Great. I'm just going to wait till 2, then I'll get started. I'm really excited to share this opportunity with everyone. I think a lot of you will get something out of it, whether that's a seed of an idea that may come to fruition in the next few years, or maybe you're ready. Maybe you've been eyeing the mortgage industry. Maybe you've already gotten your certification course. This presentation is going to be for anyone and everyone that is looking to either become a mortgage agent or broker, work with a mortgage agent or broker, or just maybe understand how to do it. Maybe you're looking to do it down the line. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. First of all, my name is Laura Scarla Martin. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Matrix Mortgage Global, and I'm going to provide you with a 15 to 20 minute presentation on how to start your own mortgage business with Matrix. I will ask that you use the chat if you have some questions. I'll be happy to address those at the end of the presentation. I'll also be providing you with a Calendly link where you can book a call with me at your leisure. And at that time, we can discuss your individual path into the mortgage industry because everyone's different. All right, let's do this. So, what is the mortgage industry and what is the mortgage market? Well, a mortgage broker essentially sells money. They help the borrower find the best real estate financing solution for their needs, whether that need is that they only have 5 or 10% down payment. Maybe that need is that they have a blemished credit score or they're a investor with lots of doors. Maybe they are self-employed and have a hard time proving their income with the banks. The banks are very, very fickle beasts. So we brokers really help to liaise between the borrowers who need the money and the lenders that have the money. Now, this is a massive mortgage marketplace. It is a $2 trillion market here in Canada. 1 in 4 adults have a mortgage, and there's 7 million outstanding loans as of last year. One of the more encouraging stats you're going to see here, other than the fact that about half of those 7 million clients go to the bank and the other half go to the brokers, is that there's a 500 to 1 ratio of every mortgage professional to every mortgage holder. So that's really great in the sense that it's not saturated in the same sense that the real estate agent market is saturated. There's over 100,000 real estate agents in Ontario alone, never mind Canada-wide. So everyone and their mom has a real estate license. Of course, you make 2.5% commission, which is pretty good money if that's you're representing one side. On the mortgage side, you don't make as much per transaction. You make roughly 1 or so percent of the mortgage amount per transaction. However, the benefit of mortgages is that one will have to continue renewing that mortgage for 25 to 30 years time, and possibly beyond that, maybe you pay it down and then you end up getting a reverse mortgage on top of that. So really you're seeing the same clients maybe 5 to 10 or more times in the life cycle of their mortgage. This is very, very distinct from someone in the United States. They would get a 20 or 25-year mortgage term. That's it, one and done. So yes, while there are so many more people in the United States, there isn't the same kind of repeat business that there is there. So it's a very different business model here in Canada. And the same applies right across Canada. In every case, you have the same 25 to 30-year mortgage loans in terms of how long they're amortized for, but the terms themselves will last between 1 and 5 years, and people need to renew those mortgages every probably 2 to 3 years on average. So you're probably listening to this because you're looking to find better ways to out-earn inflation, to have a resilient type of income, When you only have one income, particularly when that's a salaried income, that leaves you really vulnerable to layoffs and recessions, as well as things that might be stunting your growth in your current organization. And that really leaves you at a dead end. I personally highly believe in having multiple streams of income. It really increases your resiliency when something is kind of not going as well as you hope. There's always that backup. Not to mention, we're in a recession-proof market, regardless of what's going on with the rates, what's going on with the economy. You still have to renew your mortgage when that term is over. The other problem you may have is that your lifestyle is now predefined by your salary, and you have these incredible ideas in terms of investing more in real estate or other asset classes. And you really want to be doing that, but you can't manage to save enough money with the fact that the cost of living is so high. So you really need that boost in your income so that you can have a lifestyle that is better suited to you, including one where you control your time. Problem number 3, I would say, is the biggest problem of all for anyone that's out there that's salaried or even that has a business that's so hands-on where you really have to be there to make money. That's not a situation you want to be in. You want to stop trading your time for money. So being in the mortgage industry, and specifically the way that Matrix has it set up, is that we're going to get you out of your comfort zone and in a place where you can earn uncapped income with significantly less cost than it would be if you wanted to A, get a real estate agent license, or B, start a franchise. For example, if you wanted to get a pizza franchise, you would have to pay $100,000, but that doesn't actually buy anything. Then you have to buy the whole supplies, pay all the rent, and pay all of your employees. A McDonald's franchise is going to run you $1 million. Now, if you're looking at maybe getting into real estate, that would run you roughly a year and a half of schooling and then another $7,000 all told to get licensed. Plus repeatedly paying another $3,000 a year just to maintain all of those multi-level and tiered licensings from the municipal boards, the provincial boards, and then the federal boards. So it is only $5,000 to get started as a mortgage agent with Matrix. And that's a really key differentiating factor in terms of you can do it quickly and you can do it relatively cheaply in terms of starting up a new career. The other real solution point that we're getting to is that as you progress, as I mentioned before and alluded to, you get that extra cash flow from repeat business. You don't need to work so hard to get clients. You now have clients that are just naturally renewing. They're already programmed into your email marketing. You have updates that tell you so-and-so is renewing in 6 months. You should get in touch with them. We also have our underwriters that help you to get these acquiring of new renewals, as well as closing your deals for you. So you're able to scale your business because we give you the help of underwriting. We give you all the tools in terms of marketing and staying in touch with your consumer base. And you'll naturally, as your career progresses, make more and more money. The last thing is that this really is the most flexible type of income you can have. Although, of course, the banks are only open from 9 to 5. Our underwriters, again, are working with those lenders to close the deals in those business hours so that you can be flexible with your time, meaning that you can even maintain your current employment. You can stay at home with your kids. You can have your other side hustles going on. Whatever it is that you need to do, you can do it from anywhere. You can travel half the year or all of the year, as long as you're a Canadian resident, meaning a citizen or a permanent resident, or at least a landed. Then as long as you have an address here in Canada, you're over 18, you can get licensed as a mortgage agent. So let's start getting into a bit of the nitty gritty on who Matrix is and how we can help. I will say that we are absolutely way bigger than just mortgages. We do lending. We also are a major hub in terms of being super connectors and networkers. Sean Allen, who is the president of the Scarborough Business Association, is our founder. He established Matrix in 2008. And we've always had really great values around wanting to be a leader in terms of education, consumer activism, trying to get more education in place for agents themselves to do a better job in what they do. Sean sat on the Education Advisory Board for FISRA, the regulator. We also have an incredible PR machine. Sean has a podcast, Crypto House. We have over 2 million ad impressions a year. I'm sure many of you have seen Matrix around on your browsers, following you around on the Recipe Network and everywhere else, wherever you're at. We have a very, very dominant brand presence, and we highly, highly value strategic business partnerships, because while other people are running around trying to catch that internet lead, that one-off client, we're looking to catch full accounts and catch influence, which is ultimately going to lead to better outcomes with your life, with whether you want to pivot, whether you have other side businesses, and the type of quality of clients you're getting. Myself, I've been working with Sean since day one. I've been a finance broker for over 16 years, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Matrix. We're both highly decorated, as you can see, Growth 500 list, Globe and Mail. I'm top 100 global broker, according to Canadian Mortgage Professional Magazine and Mortgage Professional America. And Sean and I are both often featured on The Money Show, at other panels and events, and we're really, really looking to help others in the business to get these types of opportunities as well. And we help mentor you on how to get press, how to get a speaking gig. We get you on our own panels. We do our own events as well. So we're really here to mentor you and shape you as an entrepreneur in a really holistic way. And we are a super hub for these events. We have partnerships with MLSE, Canada Basketball, FIFA, as well as others. So we're really broader than mortgages. We love everything to do with business, administration, as well as sports, entertainment. But you know what? We keep it really tight. With all of that said, with our 15 years in business this year, we know that it pays to pay attention to your regulatory compliance and make sure that everyone's winning. We have a compliance first model, and we are the only FSRA audited level 2 brokerage in Canada. All of our underwriters are level 2 certified. For those that don't know what that means, there's a level 1 designation with mortgages where for the first year, you can only do typical bank mortgages. You're not allowed to do private mortgages. Now, as a new agent with Matrix, you would still be permitted to do private mortgages because your underwriter is overseeing your deals. Therefore, you get that grace of having level 2. But if you didn't have a brokerage that had level 2 designation throughout its ranks, you would actually be limited to only doing A and B deals. So level 2 means that you've done another layer of licensing, that you have a license that's older than 1 year, and you've completed that course. So all of our brokers at Matrix and underwriters are level 2 compliant, and we teach you every single week how to maintain compliant, how to make sure that you're doing the best you can for your clients, and to make sure that you don't get caught with your pants down when the regulator wants to see all of the evidence of your decision making and all of your communications with your clients. We make sure you're never in that position. We're very, very careful. We have a no fraud policy, of course, but a zero tolerance policy towards fraud. We take that very seriously. We're here for a long time, not just a short money grab. The real differentiator here for people that are both new and already experienced, you will already know that the course itself, where you get your certification to become a mortgage agent, doesn't actually teach you what you're doing. It's extremely complex. Every deal is different. And there is no real training that could be done in a year or so that can prepare you for every kind of deal that you're going to get. But every single week at Matrix, we have a different lender. There's over 200 mortgage lenders in Canada, and this includes commercial, private, development projects, business loans, etc. With your mortgage agent license, you're able to do all of those types of loans except auto loans. So you can do business, residential, commercial, private, anything but auto loans. You can even do personal loans. So we get a different lender every single week to come in and talk to you about their lending products. You're able to contact those business development managers at a later time. You get their information, you get their product packages. And in this way, you're always in the know and learning more and more about how you can best work with your clients. You can know what's a workable deal and what's not. Of course, over time, you'll start to notice patterns like, hey, guess what? Every single lender out there is going to want at least 50% down payment for a land deal. And every single lender out there is going to want at least 25% down payment if it's a private mortgage purchase. So you'll start to learn these things and start to know when to say no to your clients and when to say, hey, you're going to need to find some more money, or you're going to have to improve your credit score, or what have you. But this type of training really helps you to get to yes with your clients, to show that you have expertise, and for you yourself to better understand where to place your clients amidst so many choices. Ultimately, though, your underwriters will be helping you making those decisions. The other training we have is on every Wednesday. We call it Bring a Deal Wednesday or Underwriting Wednesdays. And our managing director, Carla, who is an absolutely prolific mortgage professional, she's overseen $1 billion in deals, and she's worked with both A lenders as well as on the private side. She manages our private funds. So Carla is basically an all-seeing eye for deals, and she'll help you every single week go over your deals, tell you about real world deals that she's dealing with, and talk about how to structure them. Sometimes there's a theme, like how to structure a reverse mortgage or a new build project or something like that, commercial deals, things like that. Or she'll just talk about the deals that are on her desk or deals that you bring to the table that you want some help with. Maybe there's 5 people on a deal. Maybe it's a pre-construction closing, things like that. There's all kinds of little nuances to mortgages, and you're really going to look for that help. On top of all of this regular training, we have our group, which is a 40-person chat group inside of Gmail where you can ask a question any time of day, anyway, and we'll help you out. You'll say, hey, maybe can I do a mobile home on leased land, right? Can I do that kind of deal? Or, hey, does anyone have a private lender in New Brunswick? Here's their number, here's their name. Or, hey, can I do a church refinance? How do I get that done? Who do I go to? Whatever random question you have, everyone is there to answer you. Not just me and Carla, not just your underwriter, absolutely everyone. We have a majorly collaborative presence and support group for you so that you'll get your deals done and you'll get answers as soon as possible. On top of all of this, I provide marketing support and training. Sometimes I do that just concurrently, meaning like monthly meetings. I also give you weekly advice, anecdotes, marketing materials, and templates. So both are available, and I'm really keen on LinkedIn. I'm happy to give you some coaching on building up your LinkedIn presence. I'm sure most of you know this. I have 30,000 LinkedIn followers. Sean has almost 30,000 himself as well. And I teach everyone at Matrix to build their personal brand so that they have a business that's meant to last, where they can continue to show that they're a thought leader, that they can be a super connector as well. And that really gets you in a better position when you're at networking events. People already know what to expect from you. Talking about events, we're really pivoting towards this in-person aspect. I think everyone is really sick of consistently Zoom meetings and these more impersonal touch points. We're bringing it back with a vengeance. We have something called the Matrix Inner Circle, and we do events at least once a month. We have upcoming yacht parties, yacht mixers, and networking parties. It's one of the pictures from last year, where we have top real estate investors, builders, people from the Board of Trade, people from various institutions, as well as groups that have influence. So we'll get you in on these events. We have upcoming events as well, the Summer Economic Forum. We just did the official after party for the multifamily conference with Grant Cardone and A-Rod. These were phenomenal events. Our next event is coming up on June 10th. I believe that is sold out, but maybe if you're very lucky, I can still get you on the guest list. So these are the types of things we do. We have upcoming events with the Minister of Housing, with people from the Economic Development Committee, and so on. So we really like to have it so that you become a super connector. You can start bringing in your network to these events and showing them that you are someone that can be beneficial to them, that is valuable to them, way beyond just being a mortgage agent. You are so much more than that. You are a super connector now too. So by this proxy, you're able to bring in your client group closer. You're able to network with bigger and better stakeholders across all of the different industries, as well as political spectrums. I'm going to get into the nitty gritty now of how we work and some of our fees, as well as how we stack up to other brokerages. So, the way that most brokerages work is you just pay your FSRA dues if you're in Ontario, or if you're in Vancouver or BC, you would have to take up to a year or more to get licensed with several courses, and you would pay roughly $5,000 to $7,000, and you would just pay the regulator to those things plus your insurance. Here in Ontario, you would do a course, it's about $400. You'd pay the regulator about $900, and then another $500 for your insurance. That would be it. You would pay your actual brokerage. Like once you do that certification course, which is your first step, you would have to choose a brokerage to join. If you're already a broker, then you're already a broker under one of these umbrellas. But if you're a mortgage agent, you are underneath a brokerage, and that's the only way that you're allowed to operate. So you have to choose one. Now, the way that most work is that they don't have a cost to join. They may have a desk fee between $100 and $200, or none at all. A lot of them are mom and pop shops. They don't spend crazy money on brand awareness and marketing. They don't believe in lead generation. They just have their old Rolodex of leads, and they kind of look out for themselves, honestly. The way that we work at Matrix is we are geared towards people that are doing multiple things or brand new to the industry. And that's why we provide you with such a robust infrastructure so that you can scale your business in not such a hands-on way. Um, like I said, we have our training and support. We have 2 offices in Toronto, one in Scarborough, one downtown. We also have offices right across Canada, and our licensing is right across Canada. So we are BC, Alberta, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia license holders. There is no Quebec license, but you can still transfer your deals out to our Quebec agents. And from there, whether you're also from BC and Alberta, you can actually join Matrix and be able to do the licensing in Ontario, which only takes you 2 weeks instead of a year. So this is a big deal for people that are national and, right across Canada as opposed to just Ontario. But if you are just Ontario, when you join Matrix, now you're also national as opposed to only being provincially licensed. So that's big deal. And I'm telling you guys, brand awareness is so important. People are already wary of working with brokers. They feel much more comfortable with the banks for the most part. Some people have never worked with a broker before, and they're recently being pushed into the channel. So they're going to feel a lot more comfortable with you when they see that our website is professionally done, that we have large scale brand recognition. People will say, oh yeah, I've heard of Matrix. They're good. They're good to work with. Don't worry about it. There's already that first step of knowing in that sales structure of know, like, and trust. So that first step is there. Majorly big deal for those of you that are brand new to the industry, because if someone says, hey, how long have you been in the business? And you're like, a few months. People might want to wait on the sidelines till you get your feet wet a little more. But if instead you're saying, hey, yeah, I'm with Matrix. We've been around for 15 years and we're the 5-time award-winning brokerage of the year. Next question. Exactly. So that's how we work. And likewise, because we have such a robust infrastructure, we're not the cheapest, okay? You basically can pick one. Cheapest, fastest, best, all right? We're fast. We're the best. We're not the cheapest. I'll get that out of the way right now. It's not possible to build what we have built based on 90-10 splits and basically no monthly fees. So our splits start at 50-50. They go up to 70-30 and even higher, up to 80-20 if you start doing your own underwriting. But they start at 50-50. Just wanted to get that out of the way for those that are asking. And for new agents, the $5,000 includes your licensing course, your national license for 1 year, all of your insurance, your business cards, headshots, landing page, ongoing training, designated underwriting, and all that good stuff. For those of you that are existing agents, if you've already renewed everything, then it's only $2,500 to join. If you need to still renew your FSRA licensing, that's $2,900. We could talk about discounting that if you've got a good amount of business already that you're bringing with you. But this is just the cost of getting you set up, making sure that you're onboarded properly, that we give you all the support you need to get on your feet and get started. And we make sure that you are not wanting for anything. We want to make sure that you've got trained on your CRM, that even with the, there's 2 monthly structures, there's 130 a month, where we actually have a moratorium. We don't charge you for the first 3 months while you're getting ready. But that 130 a month is when you just work with your underwriter to submit deals. And when you're at the existing agent, or when you want to do more of your own underwriting with Filogix and Velocity, that's at the 250 a month. So you can choose that for yourself if you want to do 250 or 130. We want to be flexible. We want to work with you. We want to make sure that everyone's happy and kind of strikes an amicable deal. But what I will say is we want to work with people for the long term, okay? There's so many people that have this grass is greener attitude, and they jump around between brokerages. We want to create lasting partnerships with you and really allow you to grow within the infrastructure that we built. You can open your own sub brokerage after 2 years when you get your broker license, have people under you that are working with our underwriters and everything else. Then you start making a skim on their money, on their deals. And that's how you get to a fully hands-free passive income situation where you're more of the trainer now that you've had 2 to 3 years in the business and you've seen a lot of deal flow, and you can actually help mentor new agents and have them under your team. You are allowed some of your own branding as long as Matrix is very prominent. But like we said, we spend so much money on branding, it doesn't really make sense to come out with something that's a brand other than Matrix because it won't have that same recognition. The process of getting started is really simple. I have my Calendly link at the end here. I also put it in the chat. I can put it in the chat again for fun. And so we'll talk, and then I'll send you all of the information in terms of what's included. You'll get your contract. Everything is digital. All of our training is online, but of course, we're doing more in-person events and training as well. Then what you would do if you're brand new, you would choose the dates for your licensing course. You can do it online in a week, like on the weeknights, or you can do it during the days. You could do it on the weekends. They're really flexible. They have a new course starting every single week, so no problems there. And then you would then give us your certificate when you're all done. If you've already done that course, you just give us your certificate. Or if you're already licensed already, give us your license number. Bam. It's a 5 tops days with the regulator for that to process. If you're brand new, it could be anywhere from 5 to 30 days. If you're a transfer, it's immediate, and you're ready to go. From there, we set up your accounts, your CRM, your G Suite accounts. We set up your licensing and web pages. We help you with your digital signature, modify our social profiles so those are now compliant and looking great. And then you're off onto your regular scheduled training after your orientation session. So from there, we set you up with the underwriter. They help you out with deals as they come in, and you can just continue to join our training sessions. We also have some pre-recorded training, which cover more fundamental things like how to choose a lender or what the mortgage process is like. That's it. That's all. I wanted to keep it short and sweet. If there's any more questions, feel free to throw those in the chat. But I would like to mostly end it here and invite you to book a call with me on Calendly so we can talk one-on-one. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I really look forward to seeing you at one of our events. We'll have another open office event coming up as well, where you can come to the Matrix office and check out the scene. If you want to get on any of these mailing lists, let me know. I'll also put my email here in the chat for you to see. Okay? Thanks so much. Have a good one.